Hey folks, I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham regions for week ending October 27. It's time to double down. I'll tell you what I mean about that in a second. Just a quick note, if you're looking to speak to me at all about anything related to real estate, in the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Let me tell you what I mean about now's the time to doubling down. I feel this message is so important. I've repeated it in some of my other videos. Right now, with the market so tight, so competitive, I mean, that's no secret. If you've been watching my videos, you know how competitive it is, the percentage of homes selling at list price or more. Well, we're seeing sloppy listings. And I know why. It's because it's kind of easy to sell these days, or that would be a misconception, but sellers think, yeah, I put my property out there and it'll sell. And you know what? You're probably right. It still needs to be priced right and you still need a good strategy, but it'll sell. And listing agents, well, I know it's hard to believe, but we're people too. And sometimes listing agents also will be sloppy. And I'm telling you this with the attitude that I'm wearing my listing hat. And right now is the time to double down. What I mean is, now's the time for the best photos, not just okay photos. Now's the time for the best staging, not just okay staging. Now's the time for extra marketing, not just let me put it on MLS. Now's the time for the best copyright as far as the description goes. Now's the time to get your home to, it already stands out, but that extra push will leave no money on the table, will take advantage of this competitive market more so than just putting it out there. You'll still kind of sell, but you won't really be taking advantage of this competitive market right now. So now's the time to double down. That's my message. Let's get into the numbers. Okay, I'm covering Peel and Durham areas for week ending October 27th. My focus is on Mississauga, Brampton, Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby for the Durham region. I'm going to start off with Mississauga, detached properties only. So sales are pretty similar to where we were the previous week. We sold 72 detached properties in Mississauga. 12 of those are at $2 million or more, which is a little bit higher than the previous few weeks. But look at average sold price, shot way up. It went from a little over 1.5 million to 1,688,000. What happened? Well, through looking at the data, I can tell you what happened. Between 1.7 million and 6.2 million sales in between that range account for 32% of all sales. So more than a third of the property sold between 1.7 and 6.2 million, which shoots up the average sold price way up there to 1,688, but it's not even enough to break the record of just over 1.7 million. So average sold price way up there for Mississauga. That puts us at 36% higher than last year's average sold price at this time. Of the 72, 61% sold at list price or more, which kind of plays into the notion that so many more luxury properties were sold. Well, they don't sell at the same pace of the 1 million, 1.5 million, or the non-luxury properties are selling. And so average sold price came down, the amount of property selling at list price or more came down to 61%. Here's something that's scary. Listings are down. We went from 100 listings previous week down to 85. So sales are pretty good. Listings have come down. Kind of foreshadows the following week or so as far as the market being tighter. Months of inventory is sitting at 0.6 months of inventory. Extremely low. Days on market, average days on market has come down to 13 it's gone up to 13 from where it was sitting at 10 the previous week. Let's take a look at the three areas together before I get into Brampton and Durham area. We've got pretty close here together. We've got Brampton and Durham regions, and Mississauga sitting way up here with average sold price. This is the three areas that we're going to be talking about. Brampton, detached properties for Brampton. Sales came down a little bit to 95. 95 is a little bit lower than where we were over the last month, but very much in line to what we were selling in September. So, you know, maybe it's just a little bit lower the week. I'm hoping sales don't drop right down. The amount of property selling at $2 million or more has come down, and average sold price is sitting just under 1.3 to 1,287,000. You can see the price for Brampton. It's been going up, 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 and up. The current average sold price of 1,287,000 is 33% higher than what it was this year at this time last year. Of the 95 that were sold, 80% sold at list price or more. I can assure you that 80% feels like all of them. 80% is not all of them, but it certainly is going to feel like all of them are selling at list price or more. This is scary here. Listings, we listed 152 the previous week. Now this week, this past week, 91. So listings have come down. We know the buyer appetite is there. To have less listings kind of puts it in the head that over the next few weeks it's still going to be very tight. We're not going to see much relief. Months of inventory is sitting at 0.3 months of inventory, and days on market is sitting at 9. Let's look at the Durham area. Now for Durham, I'm covering Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby as one area. Sales, pretty similar to where they were the previous week. We sold 70 detached homes. 4 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price has shot way up to $1,330,000. That's a record price. And similar to what we saw in Mississauga, a huge amount of luxury properties. Even though this is not showing, the 4 doesn't seem like a big number. There's a lot of them selling in the upper tier of the price range when it comes to the Durham area. But average sold price has been going up, up, very steep over the last few months. We're sitting at 48% higher than last year's average sold price. Of the 70 that did sell, 90% sold at list price or more. So if 80% feels like all of them, 90% most certainly is going to feel like every listing has been selling at list price or more. 56 properties were listed. Now that's down close to half of what we listed the previous week. It's just going to keep the market extremely, extremely tight. We know the buyer appetite is there. Months of inventory sitting at 0.3, and average days on market is sitting at 9. Just a quick note on average days on market. For it to be at 9, and we understand the predominant strategy for setting prices these days, the strategy is to list the price low, have an offer date. So hold back offers for a week from now, 10 days from now. People are prepared to buy the home the day it's listed, but we're saying, no, wait. We want more people to see it, and we're going to look at offers in a week or 10 days from now. Well, that artificially keeps the days on market up. Well, it's sitting at 9, which is extremely low. A few weeks back, it was sitting at 6. There's a lot of aggressive buying going on, especially in the Durham area, to get the days on market this low. Here's a quick summary of the 3 areas. Very much a seller's market, extremely, extremely low. Now, we know with less listings, I mean, if the buyers through the course of the summer and the course of this fall, if the buyers that are out there have been satisfying their appetite and buying, it's okay that listings come down, because we can say, yeah, well, lots of people that wanted to buy have already bought. That's not the case. The buyer appetite is strong. And now with what you're hearing in the news with interest rates potentially going up sometime next year, middle of next year, the end of the first quarter, the second quarter next year, I just see that as more fuel for the fire. Buyers getting more anxious to want to buy before that happens. So that's going to make for an interesting few months heading into early spring next year. My name is Santo Sessa with Remax Premier. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching.